So we're here at this really cool patio at Cuisine of India, which is a restaurant I've been to before in Naperville. It's a local restaurant. And this is only the second restaurant, but I think they may have already won the unique implementation with this, because they created a special version of their menu. And it's not that redacted from their original menu, but they've put a creative twist with it, as you can see. Corona-free wings. I love it. When I first saw that, I thought they meant like beer marinated, but no, this is an Indian restaurant. They're talking about, look at this, COVID immunity. COVID immunity dinner platters, the ultimate COVID basher. And the guy said you can take the order either traditionally, or they even give you an online option for even less contact. So this is really cool. I mean, look at this. They have a sign out front. I'll edit that in the video. They've got a little mask reminder there. That is just so cool. It's more of a mission than just a documentary project. It's really about telling the story from small business restaurant owners, from their point of view of what this is really, going on right now. And this is not political in any way. I mean, let's be honest, none of this is, if you really are going to be truthful about it. At the end of the day, when you have a long week at work, and you take your family out to dinner at a restaurant, are you really present in that moment? Are you really appreciative in that moment, right? Not just of the server and the service, but of the whole team, of the holistic experience. These people are really, to me, heroes too, the people that do this stuff, because restaurants, for me, it's 33% is what it is about the food. Really cool guy that I worked with, Nasco, I worked with him at my tenure at Fogo de Chão, and he would say that it's more about, as much as people think it's about the food, they probably think, oh, it's 70% about the food, at least. No, it's actually closer to 33% about the food. It's about, are you taken care of, right? Do you feel taken care of? And I want to showcase restaurants that are doing curbside in a unique way, and certainly doing outdoor dining, phase 3 here in Illinois in a unique way. And even if I have to put a vacuum filter on my face, not actually, this is a KN95, but even if I have to do that, I want to come out here and not only support them, and not only, promote them, but equally importantly, if not more crucially, I want to tell their story from their point of view. And if I have to use Zoom calls, I'll use Zoom calls. But Restaurant 20 is really about how COVID-19, Restaurant-20, how this has affected the restaurant industry, both, really as a whole, but especially focusing on small businesses and what their next step is. Because I don't want to believe that this is the new, I think they have to prepare that this could be normal for a while, but the reality is the way we're going to beat this virus, beat this disease, and move forward together is by accepting actuality in this present moment and really making the most out of it, getting past the fear and the speculation, really looking at what our risk of doing something versus risk of doing nothing is, and really looking at our own individual stories and who we are as people, the cuisine that we bring, the food that we cook. I mean, that's some of the best art and science that there is in this world. So I think this is it could be a very exciting time. I mean, unfortunately, there's been a lot of tragedy, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, even through my glasses and these goggles. So, I'm sitting here at the beautiful Cuisine of India patio in Naperville, and they had a patio already, but making a few changes to the menu, plastic eating utensils. They've really come up with a really creative solution. I think they're going to do really well, and especially if this goes more long term than the June 26th projection. And one of the things that I really want to capture with this docu-series is, as a learning behavior specialist, I taught my students a lot of things about, during this time. I taught them tolerance. I made them aware of what was going on in, Wuhan, and why panic was not the right answer. Certainly being smart, making informed decisions, self-awareness, awareness of the world is really one of the best things we can learn now, really anytime. But I can relate to restaurants because it was literally the week before, there's that huge delay, and the week before it's like, but this is still mostly mainland China, and then the next week we're not there anymore. And imagine being a restaurant owner, a small business owner, and the week before, even a couple days before, you're being told that, hey, wow, you see something on TV, and the next week you're told to shut your front door and lock it. And I mean, that's huge. That's absolutely huge. And having to scramble, a lot of restaurants, forget outdoor dining, a lot of restaurants they weren't even doing, some of them, because of the increased popularity of things like Uber Eats, they've started to do, pickup and stuff. But that's pretty much the end of that. I mean, a lot of them were not even set up for really doing to go at all. So it's a very interesting time, and as scary as it is, there's also that innovation, right, where you could really innovate. And I was watching something from Simon Sinek. I hope I said his name right. And he was talking about that very thing, not specifically with restaurants, but he was saying that, this is the time to innovate. There was a restaurant that used their pizza oven to make face shields. And, if I could just capture that, even if nothing else, with this documentary, is just being as present and as positive as possible with that abundant mindset.